Hey everyone! So this video, the big question is, why do cells actually divide? So we learnt that cell division is the process of cells dividing, but there's quite a few reasons why the body needs to actually divide their cells. And we're talking about multicellular organisms here in particular, because if a bacterial cell divides, well, it's just done reproduction. It's made a new bacterium. So we're focusing on multicellular species here. Okay, well, the first reason is for growth. So obviously, we start off as a baby, tiny baby, and the only way to actually grow bigger is to build our bodies with more and more cells. So obviously we continue growing through childhood till we get to an adult, and then after that we stop growing, but we still need to divide our cells for these other few reasons. So the next one is for replacement. And replacement means that some cells in our body are dying because they've got a finite age, and we need to replace them so that our tissues stay functioning and our organs. So as old cells die, they need to be replaced. And this is particularly true on our skin and on the lining of all our internal organs, like the inside of our stomach and our intestines, where cells are constantly growing and the outer layer is falling off, and there's always cells to replace them that grow from underneath. And that's what we can see here. This is a picture of the skin epidermis, so the layer of skin, and you can see all these layers of cells that are growing to replace the older ones. Okay, well then the other reason that cells need to divide is to repair. So if you get a cut or any other injury and cells are damaged, then those cells will usually die and we'll need to grow more cells to repair the damage. So grow new cells to fix the damage. All right. Well, these next two concepts are words that will come up again and again, and these are the two types of cell division that can happen. So remember these words, you'll see them again and again. They are mitosis and meiosis. Alright, so we can see that in mitosis, this is how most cell division happens when we're growing and replacing tissue and repairing. So all the three forms that we just talked about, they happen with mitosis, and that's because mitosis creates identical cells to the parent cell. So when cells divide, we call them the parent and the daughter cells. And mitosis, it creates two identical daughter cells from the parent. Or a better way of saying it is that it creates two daughter cells that are identical to the parent. identical to the parent cell. So if you're growing new tissue or you're repairing it or replacing it, you need those cells to be exactly the same so they can do the same job. But in meiosis, this happens in a really select few places, and in humans and animals, it happens in the sex organs. So in the gonads, and in humans, that's the testes and the ovaries, as we know. So meiosis has specially evolved so that we can create those gametes, those sex cells. And if we look up at the diagram here, we can see that the parent cell, it's got 4 chromosomes at the start. Well, it has 4 chromosomes. But then once meiosis is finished, each of these daughter cells only have 2 chromosomes. So the parent used to be diploid, and the daughter cells are haploid. They've only got 1 copy of each chromosome. So overall, meiosis, it creates 4 daughter cells which are haploid. So that's a really important difference between mitosis and meiosis. So the daughter cells are haploid in meiosis, and in mitosis, they're identical to the parent, so they're diploid. Okay, that's a summary of cell division.